All devil's attacks and problems in your life, they were necessary in order to develop in you these immune spiritual bodies against the virus, against the disease of defeat, so that everything that you meet in your life, you can freely overcome and not perish. Every problem that comes into your life has a purpose, because your life is under God's control. Every problem has a purpose. It is for the glory of God. It seems to be a dead end. There seems to be no way out. Sometimes that's how a person feels. What happens in those moments to our heart? It shrinks. The greatest enemy is fear. When there is a dead end, the greatest enemy is desperation. And when there is a threat, the greatest enemy is the expectation of some kind of a problem. You know, we go through these thresholds in our lives. Sometimes it seems to me that our life is like a ship floating on the waves. And everyone can only see that ship and the waves. And those waves can sparkle or be beautiful. The ship can be fancy or nicely decorated. So beautiful. But moments come, and you're the captain of that ship. And you know that there are hidden rocks under the water, hidden rapids that need to be crossed, that need to be properly navigated. And very often it happens that your ship hits something. When your ship is caught on some rock or threshold under the water, and outwardly you hide that pain. But inside, deep inside, you endure terrible suffering and terrible pain. You think, what to do? What to do? You even try to show everyone that everything is fine. But in fact, there are thousands of thoughts in you. What's going to happen next? When suddenly you hear a cracking sound, a crack, and it seems to you that the ship is about to fall apart, your life is about to fall apart, and you're just going to drown in this problem and never get out of it. I should tell everyone today, here I am meditating on life. I think we all need to know that God controls everything. God controls everything. And even if sometimes problems come, and they are, looking back, I will tell you these problems were necessary in order to develop immunity in me. All devil's attacks and problems in your life, they were necessary in order to develop in you this immune spiritual bodies against the virus, against the disease of defeat, so that everything that you meet in your life, you can freely overcome and not perish. You know, one day, Jesus was walking with his disciples. He saw a blind man who was blind from birth. The disciples asked, "Who is guilty? Who has sinned? He or his parents?" And you know the amazing question. He or his parents? He was born blind. And now listen, when Jesus heard that, he said, "Not him and not his parents. This sickness is for the glory of God." And so I want to say that all my life, I see that each problem that comes into your life has a purpose. Because your life is under God's control. And I want to tell you that the purpose of problems in your life is not a defeat or a final fiasco. Each problem has a purpose. It is for the glory of God. It even seems that he was born blind. Maybe God is standing over time and he saw what this man would do, and that's why it happened. No, he says there is no negative reason. There is only one reason that is positive, for the glory of God. And this sick man was healed. And I want to tell you that each problem leads us to Jesus. Now, if this man had not been born blind, perhaps he would never have met Jesus. And he never would have been able to find that happiness of being with God in eternity. And if the devil tells you today that he will destroy you if you are currently in the most serious physical condition, perhaps you are dying, perhaps something terrible is happening to you or to your loved one, listen, let these words sound in your head today. This is not to end in death, but for the glory of God. This is so that the works of God appear on me, so that Jesus may be glorified through this problem. Now listen, you can say, "But I'm in a big problem. I have a huge problem." The greater your problem is, the more glory there will be to Jesus. The more glory there will be to Jesus. Jesus is glorified in the life of everyone who meets him.